What up? I'm B. Welcome to my channel where we talk about all things YouTube drama and current events, but we do it in a way that is fair, reasonable, and as unbiased as we can be without getting caught up in all the drama and just trying to have a really good conversation about things that are happening in the world of YouTube. And today we're going to be talking about Chris Boutte, aka the Rewired Soul. So if you have something to drink, grab it. I got a little seltzer here, a little hard seltzer. It's not very good, so there's that. But grab that and let's get talking, because to start off, the Rewired Soul, aka Chris, is a Las Vegas-based YouTuber. He has about 81.6 thousand subscribers. He used to be known for his catchphrase, which was, welcome back to the Rewired Soul, where we talk about the problem but focus on the solution. And earlier this year, he went through some issues. He got kind of outed for being a little bit more drama motivated than mental health solution motivated, and it was not pretty. It was not cool. There were a lot of people coming out talking about how damaging his opinions are and how much damage they have caused to people personally, along with the fact that he is not a credentialed drug treatment counselor. He's not a therapist. He's not a psychologist. He doesn't really have any qualifications other than the fact that he is a recovering addict, and his mom is a recovering addict as well, and they have both worked in treatment facilities of some sort. It seems like they kind of ran group activities and just did general work as opposed to actual diagnosing of any sort of mental illness or working on treatment plans, which he was a little bit misleading about, so that's not great. But that was really what he claimed to be about, and it turned out he wasn't super qualified to be talking about those things. And once he realized that talking about drama and being a little bit more drama focused and outrage culture driven could really drive his channel, that's when things kind of fell apart. So he went through that, he got canceled, and now he is back on YouTube. He's been back, but I used to watch a lot of his videos and I haven't watched a ton. His new slogan is social commentary with a solution. And like I said, I have not watched, I have now, but before today I have not watched any of his recent videos. I stopped watching him when all of that drama came out because I didn't like the way that he was DMing drama channels and kind of making light of a lot of the things that he was talking about, which are, which he presented to his audience as being very serious subjects. However, a few days ago, Brooke Houts posted her video about returning to YouTube, and I saw he left a comment on there, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what type of content he's making now. And then this morning, I saw another tweet with a clip of a video that he made, and in the video, it sounded like he was talking about treating mental illness without the use of medication, and that medication is bad, you should stay away from it. It really just seemed like he was very anti-medical treatment. And I wanted to see, first of all, if I could find that video, and second of all, what the full context was, because it just seemed really interesting. And I don't know, I have a hard time believing that somebody who went through treatment, who required the help of medical professionals to recover and get out of addiction, would be so anti-medication. And so I just wanted to see it, I wanted to check it out. And I ended up watching his 4 most recent videos. Additionally, I only watched his last 3, which were about the new Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collaboration that's going to be happening in October, Laura Lee's video about adopting her niece Erin, and what Illymation taught us about Tahani from The Good Place. So those were the first 3 that I watched. Those are the most recent. And in those, I have mixed feelings because he didn't really say anything that bad in those videos. I wouldn't say that I enjoyed them, but I was like, okay, this really doesn't seem too bad. It seems like he's trying to be pretty complimentary, pretty fair. The Jeffree Star Shane Dawson video was not great. He was pretty harsh in that one, but the other two, they seemed fine. I will say that he did promote 3 different books that he wrote, which, first of all, where do you have the time? Like, how do you have the time to write so many books? Because I would love to know, because, like, writing is hard. But anyway, he talked about 3 different books he wrote, and in all of them he acknowledged that he had been canceled earlier this year, but he did not take any responsibility for it. He talked about, cancel culture is so damaging, it's so bad, I got canceled, it was horrible, I had to live through it, but he didn't say, I made some bad decisions, I made a poor judgment call, I had a lack of focus on what I was really trying to do here, and because of that I got caught up in the drama. He didn't take any responsibility for it, and so that kind of bugged me. But I was like, all right, I'm not gonna subscribe to his channel again. I'm not gonna watch his videos regularly, but this seems alright. I don't see anything about anti-medication, but whatever. And then I was like, let me try to watch one more video and just see, because I really want to find the full context of that video. And so I watched his 4th most recent video, which was about Jordan Peterson, who is a psychologist going into rehab because he had a hard time coming off of anti-anxiety medication. And in that video, overall, in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is good. He talks about how, anti-anxiety medication, antidepressant medication, he used it when he was, he uses antidepressants now. He talked about when he was coming down off of opiates because he was an alcoholic and he was addicted to pills. Those were his addictions. And he's like, if Suboxone was available when I was coming down, when I was detoxing, I would have used it. And if you're unfamiliar, Suboxone is a medication meant to help with people who are addicted to opiates and anti-anxiety medications. It helps them safely get off and kind of level out until the point where they are not dependent on them in terms of reactions in their body. Meaning, if you are addicted to opiates and you just quit cold turkey, it can be really dangerous. Like, you can go through some pretty bad withdrawals. It throws your body into whack, and so doctors use Suboxone to help treat that and help mitigate it, so that way you can have a successful detox and not be reliant on those substances. And he said, if it was available when I was detoxing, I would have used it. I've seen a woman who was coming off of opiates or benzos, I'm not sure which one she was on, but she had really bad seizures, so it was really important that she talk to her medical professional. You should talk to a medical professional if you are trying to come off of these substances. Like, saying all of this stuff, and I was like, okay, like, cool, we're good. He didn't say anything about not using medication. Then we got to the last few minutes, where things took a turn. They took a turn in terms of no longer focusing on the fact that detoxing and coming off of a pill addiction is a very serious thing. You should always talk to a medical professional. You should always have help. You should go to a treatment center if you need to. He was saying, like, Jordan Peterson, I think it's important to talk about how he went to a medical facility. Even he knows that he can't do it by himself. Like, it switched from that to, and if Jordan Peterson, who's a psychologist, was addicted to these, maybe I know what I'm talking about, because I got canceled and everyone talked about how I had no credentials, I had no right to be talking about these things, and look at that, somebody who has a degree, who has a license, got addicted, and so maybe I know what I'm talking about, maybe you should listen to me. And that's when I was like, oh, got it. So things haven't changed. like I said, the first few videos I watched, and even the beginning of the Jordan Peterson video, I didn't like the content. I have a hard time being able to trust his intentions when making videos. I think people should be allowed to be forgiven and move on from their past mistakes, but I just think it's so fresh that I don't trust his motives. I don't trust that he is making these videos with the actual intention of helping people. And I could be wrong. He could have the best of intentions, but even people with good intentions make mistakes. And so, like I said, I'm of the belief if you make a mistake, you apologize, you change your behavior, you should be allowed to move on. But I don't necessarily think that that's what's happened. And I think with him, he grew so fast as a channel. He gained so much success so quickly, and so many people wanted to hear what he had to say. And he went from that to just dropping off all of these drama channels, commentary channels, Primink, Repzilla, Petty Page, like everybody making these videos about him, calling him out, saying what he did wrong. And even if it was deserved, even if a call out was deserved, I think it's a really harsh world on the internet. And so you go from having everybody really want to hear what you have to say and really value your opinion to calling you a bad person, saying that you're dangerous, kind of calling you out for something that you got caught up in. And that's really hard to recover from. That can take a huge toll on your mental health. And I think it takes time to recover from that. I don't think that in a matter of a few months you can get over that completely. And it's clear that he hasn't, because he brings up getting canceled in every video of his that I watched, and he even wrote a book about it. He wrote an entire book about how he got canceled, and I haven't read it. There's a YouTuber by the name of Primink. He downloaded it and read it and shared some clips, shared some excerpts of it in a video of his. I'll leave a link to that because it's kind of disturbing in a way how much he is focused on it. And again, I get that it is super hard to deal with that and to recover from that, but if you're constantly talking about it, it's going to be fresh in your mind. It's going to be something that you're still constantly thinking about, and he is very clearly still pretty angry about it. So overall, the intention of watching his videos was to kind of see what type of content he was making now, and if he really was anti-medication. I think I can safely say that he's not. I think he is a little bit leery of medication because he was addicted to opiates. He was addicted to pills. And that's not me making a judgment. He says it. I'm not making an assumption. He said that he was addicted to pills and alcohol. So he makes it known that that was his addiction, and obviously you're going to be leery of it. It's like if you have someone in your family who does drugs or is addicted to pills or is an alcoholic, you're going to be a little bit cautious of yourself. Either, say you get injured and you get a Percocet prescription or you get another painkiller prescription, maybe you're going to be cautious about taking it because you know that someone else in your family has gotten addicted. So I think it's a totally fair attitude to have, but I don't think he's over everything that happened. I don't think he's over the backlash that he endured from being exposed as being very drama motivated when he was constantly claiming that he's not a drama channel, and I don't know that he's doing anything to get over it, which is pretty sad. I'd say he's still very angry about it, and it's tough. It's a tough position to be in because it sucks. Getting called out, people being mad at you, that's not fun. But at the end of the day, if you did something wrong, if you were saying things that were harmful to people, that were causing people distress, that were really potentially dangerous, you have to be called out, and you have to be able to say, I got wrapped up in the success, I lost sight of what was really important, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna change, and then actually change. So those are just my thoughts. I'm not going to continue to watch the videos just because I don't think he's over it, and I don't trust his motivation on making these videos, especially with his video about Jordan Peterson. It is very clear, as I said, that he is not over it. So that's where I stand, but I want to know, what do you think? If you used to subscribe to Chris, the Rewired Soul, did you unsubscribe to him when all this happened? Have you since unsubscribed to him? Or do you still watch him? If you still watch him, let me know why. What do you think he's doing that is good and helpful and contributing to making YouTube a more healthy, mental health focused place? And why do you still watch him? Please let me know below. Or if you stopped watching him, what do you think he could do that would, if there's anything, what could he do that would make you say, you know what, I think you've grown, I think you've changed, I'm gonna start watching you again? Or is there anything? I don't know. Let me know down below. Leave a comment. I would love it so much if you would like or subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed already. I really love it. I really appreciate it, and I love hanging out with you, so thank you. And that's it. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.